Praise the Lord, everybody. We are back. Anthony Miles, your Christian Reverse Mortgage Answer Man. WOL 1450 AM, WOL 95.9 FM. You can get us on both. You can get us live on the radio. You can listen to my videos that I make and post on the Christian Reverse Mortgage Answer Man Facebook page and also on YouTube. Or you can come to one of my seminars. We're doing so many seminars this summer, like over 30 or 40. It's going to be awesome because we're just strictly talking to seniors, or we could talk to the children. So that's why I need to get into your wellness center. If you've heard me before and you think this information is just invaluable and priceless, which it is because it's free, it's truthful, it's honest, and it comes with no obligation, but it comes rooted in Christian principles, then I need to get in your wellness center, and I need you to be that open door olive branch to get me in there. I need you to be that olive branch to get me into your church. Because a lot of times the church wellness centers do not allow people in because they do not want their parishioners or their members of the senior center being harassed and bombarded with this. But with me, they don't get any of that. They get nothing but love, nothing but free information, nothing but, I don't want you to sign anything. I don't want your name on anything because I'm not calling you. I'm just delivering free information. If you want to call me, that's great, but that's not what I'm about. This show is about providing free information. Yes, I am a licensed loan officer, but as a strong Christian, I want to make sure you're being treated correctly. So after I supply you with this information, you can go to anyone. You don't even have to go through me. You don't even have to go through me because the blessing is in giving to you. Because knowing that I've armed you correctly and informed you correctly, I know you're not going to get taken. And that's going to be the blessing that you better believe is going to come back to me tenfold in my relationship with Christ and you as a fellow brother and sister. So we were talking about refinancing your reverse mortgage, okay? And a lot of people go, look, I don't want to refinance my reverse because I don't want my balance to go up. But we know now that you don't have to take that cash out so your balance won't go up. And they go, but yeah, you know what though? I don't want to incur all those costs like I did the first time. So when I did the reverse the first time, those closing costs were like $18,000, $20,000. And you know what? That wasn't fair to you because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something in the reverse that nobody's going to tell you. You ready for this? Closing costs are optional. What? That is, I shocked the people when I said this on Monday at the Bernice Fountain. Closing costs are optional, meaning they are there. They are true closing costs, but you have the option whether to pay them or not. Well, who's going to pay them if you don't? I am, the loan officer. I'm going to be generous and nice. I'm going to do the right thing, and I'm going to give back a portion of what the bank pays me totally separately for doing this back to you, to lessen that burden, to give more of your hard-earned equity, more of your blood, sweat, and tears back to you because you need it more than me because it's your home. Why am I going to take advantage of your home equity and suck into it with more closing costs, which people go, don't worry about them, they're financed in. Yes, worry about them because they're coming out of your equity still. But if I optionally give you that choice to say, well, can you cover some of those, Anthony? Yes, I can. I can legally give you a broker credit. If you live in the district and you already got a reverse mortgage, your closing costs will be absolutely zero. If it's your first time doing a reverse, we can really reduce those down. So definitely keep that in mind. 1-800-952-PRAY, 1-800-952-7729. That's something nobody else is going to tell you that they're optional because if they tell you that, they've given you power over their wallet. And it's not supposed to be about my wallet, the bank's wallet. It's supposed to be about what's best for you. So I want to bring into three situations, like, well, these are the parables, okay? I'm doing three parables from the Bible. The tornado, the suitcase in front of you, and then I'm talking about one of them, Doubting Thomas, okay? In a reverse mortgage, when you already have it, if you decide not to refinance it, if you're one of those stubborn people that says, you know what, I don't care, I'm not doing it again, this is how the tornado effect comes in. You've ever seen on TV a tornado hits a street, and it doesn't decimate every single home. It jumps, it skips over some. So 10 homes are on there, 8 are destroyed, 2 are still standing. What I need you to think of is those 2 that are still standing are reverse mortgage homes where the homeowner decided to refinance the reverse mortgage because they wanted to either lower the interest rate or they wanted to acknowledge that their hard-earned equity was available to them, not in the form of you must take it cash, but available to them, but it was also available to that tornado, who's the bank. So the bank/tornado came up to them and said, no, we want to take that. But if you refinance it, you can stop that tornado from hitting this home. You can stop it from just devastating this home because you put up a stop sign, you put up this huge fan that blows the tornado elsewhere. So by you refinancing your reverse, acknowledging you've got equity in there, not taking it out in the form of cash because you've got a choice that you've been informed about, that you don't have to take it out in cash. You can leave it in the line of credit, which is going to collect interest at over 4% growth in your favor. 4% growth on $30,000. If somebody's calling you and saying you got $30,000, if you leave it in that line of credit and don't touch it, $30,000 after 10 years becomes $50,000. That's that kind of growth. It's phenomenal. But if you're eligible for $70,000, whether you got a reverse or don't, and you don't need all that 70, leave it in the line of credit because after 10 years, that's going to be over $126,000. Phenomenal growth. That's the tornado. Throwing up a fan, blowing it away, saying, no bank, you can't touch this. Legally, you can unless I stop you. So I turned the fan on and the tornado went elsewhere. Suitcase in front of you, parabol. That's it. Sorry, I can't speak. It's like a Monday, but it's a Wednesday. So somebody comes up to you with a transparent suitcase. And on it, it says, this is your blood, sweat, and tears home equity. And they're walking by you. It's the bank with this grin on their face. You know, and they kind of got like a hand over it, but you can still barely see that it's your equity. Okay, and they come up to you and they're like, you know, this is your equity right here. And you go, yeah, but you know, it's kind of hidden. I don't want it. You're basically allowing somebody to come up to you with your cash, your equity, your suitcase of money, and just walking away. Because where they're going to go with that is then they're going to raise their hands away to where all of that equity is seen in the form of tax-free cash. But if you don't need it, remember, you just reserve it. And that transparent suitcase is like this bright light for the bank. And it just kind of sucks like gravity right into the bank vault. And there goes your equity. And you just watched it go bye-bye. Okay, you can have a bank. I don't need 20 grand. I don't need it in the form of cash. I might need it 2 years later, but I really don't need it. You need it more than me. Doubting Thomas. Everybody knows Doubting Thomas from the Bible, okay? So Doubting Thomas is anybody who's got a reverse mortgage that has not refinanced it when they were eligible to refinance it. Meaning, people are calling you on the phone, whether they're saying you've got $30,000 cash available to you or you've got $30,000 that you can reserve and take it away from the clutches of the bank taking it. By Doubting Thomas it, you are saying this: because I cannot physically stick my hand in the wounds of our Savior, into those wounds of the hands and the feet and the sides where they were pierced, and put them right in there and feel that wound, because I cannot physically see that cash sitting in my bank account now, I don't believe it's there. And I refuse to even accept the fact that there is my equity available to me. Yet I would rather turn my head and let the bank steal it from me. Okay? Now, that same person would be that first person at 6 in the morning to be waiting down at the bank. Because if they called the night before and all of a sudden they check their balance like I do sometimes, or we look on the computer now and you see your balance and you go, check for $125 or $125 fee, or wait a sec, I did my checkbook and I'm $125 short. What happened? What happened is money's gone and you're freaking out because you saw it gone. So you're that first person at 6, 7 in the morning, 2 hours before they even open, banging on that door waiting for that bank to open so you can scream and holler, where's my money? But because you're going to be in that reverse and be a Doubting Thomas, you don't physically see the bank took that $125 out of your account. See, your balance is going up by, let's say, $800 or $1,000 each month. But if you've got $30,000 available to you, not in the form of cash, but to at least reserve, and you do nothing, because you doubt that it's there, because you can't physically see it, okay? Or you're afraid your balance is going to go up because you were not told that you didn't have to take it out. What happens is that $1,000 is sucking into that 30 grand first and foremost. So when you finally come to believe and the Lord comes and visits you and Thomas is finally there and he sticks his hand in the wound in the side and says, okay, Lord, I believe. And you finally call and you go, okay, I can use that 30, or I'd like to stop the bank because I understand now and I want to reserve it. It's too late because too much time went by. For Thomas, thank the Lord, it wasn't too late, but for you it would be, because that doubting Thomas sticks with you because you don't physically see that cash removed legally, because that's what the bank does, is they legally remove it from your account, okay? Remember, a fixed rate, adjustable rate. If you did a fixed rate, and you did a fixed rate at all, you got to refinance. But if you did one after September of 2013, you more than likely lost out on your hard-earned equity. Because in a fixed rate, you do not get that full amount of equity out or even have it available to you, because in a fixed rate, you only get one disbursement at closing. And many of you in a fixed rate were forced to take all the cash because you have to by law. So if you qualified for 200 grand, you were forced to take it. If you qualified for 50 grand, you were forced to take it. Whereas in the adjustable, you don't have to. And it's not as bad as it seems. That's why you need to call me for more information about that. But if you did a fixed rate after 2013, you've got to call me, because you left your hard-earned equity in that home and the bank is legally stealing it every single day. 1-800-952-PRAY. 1-800-952-7729. Anthony Miles, your Christian Reverse Mortgage Answer Man. I need to get in your wellness center. I need to get into your church. I need to get in your home and do a free seminar without any obligation to spread this truth. If I said anything and it resonated, or you want to call me for more answers, give me a call and I can explain it. God bless you. Go on and make it a good one. Let people see Jesus in your eyes. Amen.